Okay, welcome back to 509 Talk and Chill. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while, but we're back. And today we're having one of our special guests, all the way from New York. I would like to introduce you, the mighty MC Reef. What are you saying, MC Reef?
Blessed to be back, man. Feels good to be back in the second home, It's always a good time here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel great, man. I'm in good spirits, just feeling like I'm at home, I don't feel like I'm outside the country. I don't feel like I'm anywhere around strangers. Just feel like I'm
Among family.
amongst family. That's it.
That's good. How do you feel when you come to London? What's your, you come from the Big Apple, and that's one of the major city in the world. What's the difference? How do you feel when you are in London?
I always make the joke that London is a watered down version of New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Watered down?
When I say watered down, it's like, it'd be like slight changes. Like the streets are a little bit smaller. The names are different. But the styles are the same. The food choices are the same. Like, a lot of stuff are the same. But watered down is literally like London is like just a smaller scale version. Yeah, so.
I know you coming to London often. What do you usually do? What's your spot?
Like my favorite place to go?
Yeah, like maybe your favorite place, but what do you when you go to a city and you used to go to that city,
Yeah.
you got some sort of, you develop some habits. You come to the city, what you usually do when you come to London?
I like to hang out with my friends. I mean, yeah, it's like they do expect me to have shows. They do want me to have a little performance lined up. But a lot of times I come to hang out with my friends, It's just really cool just being able to say like, yo, I know these people, and even now, some of my friends, they have kids now. So I've watched their kids go from babies, up until the age now. And so it's really interesting, So I just come out here to see them and just show love to the people that opened, the doors for me to be here comfortably.
Okay, that's good. That's good, Yeah, you come in here to show love, get love back. I think that's a great reason to come to London, to come anywhere, to go to any place where, you are welcome, you love the city, you love the people.
Yep.
And I think that's what it is about. You're here on a tour.
Yes.
Yeah? You're here on the tour. That's not your first time, but I know that you want to promote the tour, make sure that, people get to know about it. What has inspired you to do that tour?
Just, again, I have friends who just kind of like, every time I come out here, they're like, yeah, I hope you got a show lined up. So when I first started coming out to London, I would just book like a bunch of open mics.
Oh, yeah.
And, like that was my thing. Like I would fake it till I make it. Like I'm on tour, but it's literally a whole bunch of open mics.
Oh, yeah.
So this time around, I said, no, I want to make it an actual thing. I want to actually book some venues. I want to actually have some openers. I want to actually have some merch, all of that. Like everything that I've learned from my previous years, I wanted to make sure that I got it this time. And so, that's what I did. I made sure that I reached out to people that I knew would be able to like conquer the stage. I reached out to people that I knew would, have the venue open for me, just making sure everything was like really actually official. I didn't want it to be like, like the last time. I just wanted to upgrade. Last time was great, but this is nothing compared to having your own thing going on and like you're running the show, and, so
it feels really official.
Official, yes.
Yeah. Where was the on Thursday? I think on Thursday we went to an open mic, didn't we? It was on Thursday. What was the name of the venue?
The venue was called 331 Old Street.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to 231 Old Street, if you want to go and, offer some love, give some love, go down there. You're gonna meet a lot of MCs and a lot of, artists. So shout out to 331 Old Street.
Very cool venue, by the way. Very cool venue.
Yeah, so I was blessed to be able to perform there. I just performed one song, but I was happy to do that.
I'm glad you came out.
Yeah, man. How does it feel to do those open mic around London? What have you learned about the different artists?
There's, in my opinion, there's two different types of artists out here. There's the egotistic one who is like on the outside, they're like, I'm the best, but they don't really believe in themselves. And then you have the other ones who are just kind of like really, really talented. They're just looking for that outlet, you know, and they enjoy working with, let's just say, for example, an artist from another country.
Yeah.
You know, they maybe feel like that might be their ticket out. You know, so I admire those artists. The egotistical ones that don't really believe in themselves, it's kind of weird, you know, because it's like they're walking around like, oh, I'm the best out here, I'm the best out. But then when you talk to them, it's like, oh man, I can't release this album because I'm not feeling it, or I don't like this song because, and it's like, well, either you like it or you don't, you know. So, yeah, I like the ones that are like, you know, just open to working and just being modest about it. Like, you don't got to be braggadocious.
Do you feel, you coming from the US, you've got some sort of an advantage in terms of hip hop, rap, and music in general? Do you feel that you have an advantage, or that people are kind of impressed by you, or even scared by the fact that you are from the US and you're gonna bring, you know, obviously an American flavor, an American flow, and they might feel that, you know, they're not at the same level? What do you think?
I deal with that a lot, actually. And I could talk about a lot of different situations. You know, there's songs that I've done with artists out here, and they've completely deleted their verse. And like, oh, your verse is so much better. And I'm like, yeah, but I like your verse. Like, I'm a fan of you, you know what I'm saying? But they don't see it. There's been times where, you know, I've had people comment on the fact that I come out here and I have motion. They're like, oh, you come out here, you're doing a podcast, you're doing open mics, you're doing this. How? And I live here. I was like, well, you know, like I came out here ready to do this, you know. So, you know, I can't really say for the people that live here. I feel like, you know, because everyone says America is a land of opportunity. Everywhere is a land of opportunity, you know, like everywhere.
Yeah,
you wake up and you open your eyes, there's opportunity everywhere. So
yeah,
I think the
100%.
people out here don't really see their opportunities. So when they see me out here exercising it, they're just kind of like either offended or inspired. It's either one of the two, but it's mostly offended. I usually deal with a lot of people who are just like, oh, you think you're better than us? Oh, you're American, innit? Like, but they say it with like such a weird energy to it, you know? So I don't pay no mind to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can understand how artists on here can feel a certain type of way, because obviously everybody has been inspired by the US. Everybody has been inspired musically by the amount of talent that's been over there since the since the 40s, since so long. You know, we've been inspired by, you know, any artist that make it in the US will feel that that's it, I made it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the golden ticket in any area anyway, whether it is musically, filming, you know. Once you make it in the US, it feels like that's it. You
100%.
are a complete artist, and you can, you know, you can sit on a success, you know.
Right, 100%.
On a very fun, has got a solid success. You know what I'm saying? Now we are happy to have you here. And what's the album that you're promoting?
I don't have an album per se.
You released songs not so long ago.
Yeah, I have. So the last time I was here, when I did the album release concert in 2024, that was the Unexpected Volume 3.
Okay.
I haven't really released a huge project since then. I did release an EP earlier this year, titled Balls Over Everything 4, which is like an EP or a mixtape, if you will. A lot of people forget about the mixtape era. But I took like 5 classic hip hop beats. I got Money, Power, Respect. I have Champagne Poetry. I got Churchill Downs. The people that listen to the songs, they know who the artists are or whatever. But I took like 5 popular beats that I really enjoyed, that I think other people like the original songs, and I put my own twist on it. and I just threw it up on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And it got like a really great review. But as far as like promoting that project for the tour, nah, it's just that's just the mixtape, and then the tour is for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to us about the tour then. What's happening?
So the name of the tour is called the Foreign Exchange Tour.
Okay.
It kind of derives from my struggles out here financially. I wouldn't say like, you know, like that, like I'm broke or whatever. But when I first started coming out here, I didn't understand the currency exchange rate. You know, so a lot of times I was like trying to pay for stuff, and then I realized I'm paying like the American tax as well too.
Oh, yeah.
Or like sometimes when I go to the POS, it'll say pay in GBP or USD. And I'm just like, man, like even if I pick GBP, they're still gonna charge me USD. So it's really just paying homage to something that I've had to understand being in different countries.
Oh yeah.
So
do you have you know, Monzo or Revolut or?
I don't. I need to actually do that. But I also need to find a way to make money out here as well too,
yeah.
like consistently.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that way I can keep those accounts open. You know, but that's neither here nor there. I'm getting more accustomed to the way of life out here. You know, a lot of people would rather just tap. I'll tap, but I'll make sure that I'll save up enough money so I can deal with that.
Yeah.
This time around, so last year we did the Visionary Nights tour.
Yeah.
With Underground Advocates. I was a part of their tour. This is actually my own tour, which was inspired by that tour. Where Frank Knight, shout out to Frank Knight, he just gathered a group of people that he thought would take advantage of the moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, I kind of did the same thing. You know, I just reached out to people that I've had a really great relationship with. And, you know, to my surprise, they were with it. Like everyone was like, oh yeah, let's do this. You know, so it's a total of 5 headliners. Myself, Rakaya B, we got Pingle. Pingle made it icy. We have Dave UOG and Cradle. If I could talk about them real quick, Rakaya B, I met her at a Back Row G Cypher out here.
Okay.
Apparently he's like a popular rapper or something like that, grime artist. And both of us like had no business being there.
Okay.
It literally.
So
like,
is this artist a UK artist?
Yes, Rakaya B is from Manchester.
Okay.
She's really dope too. She's a singer. She could rap a little bit, you know, she could definitely drop some bars on you. And which I found out at the Cypher, you know, because it's like, we were way out of our element.
Can you explain what a cipher is for those who are not acquainted with the word?
A cipher is basically when you get together in a group of artists and you play, you know, specific beats to that, I guess, culture or genre, and you guys just test your skills on the beat.
That's it.
Now, they have some ciphers that are organized. So they'll send each artist a beat, they'll record their verse, and then they'll meet up in a section, and then they're all recorded on camera. So that's what that cipher was.
Okay.
It was organized.
Okay.
So, you know, they already had everything. You know, so when I'm wondering like how people just stepping up to the mic and they're rapping and keeping up with the tempo and everything, I'm like, that's amazing. But, you know, like it was organized. So me and her were the only ones who wasn't on the lineup at all. We just showed up and it was like, oh yeah, you could jump in the cipher. So when they threw the beat on, we both was like so out of place, but we did it so well that nobody knew.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, and that's what we connected on. And we've just been really cool ever since then. I've watched her journey. She's now one of the biggest artists in Manchester. And, you know, me making my rounds in New York, you know, becoming one of the bigger artists out there as well, too. So I feel like we shared that a lot. We have Pingle made it icy. He's actually the producer for a few of my tracks
Good.
on The Unexpected Volume 3, as well as some of the new things that I'm working on. I met him, I believe, at a show. I don't exactly remember. I think I met him at a show out here in London. And he was like, yo, man, I do shows in Reading. Come on out to Reading. I went out there, and he showed me like an insane amount of love. The people out there showed me a lot of love. So it only made sense like to call him, you know, and be like, hey, I got this tour going on. And he was totally down with it. Cradle, funny story about this guy, man. I actually lost to his sister in the competition. Shout out to Moon Sky. They're a brother-sister. I wouldn't say they're a duo, but they're definitely a brother-sister powerhouse. You know, they're both dope artists. Cradle, you know, with the dance moves, and his he has like a smooth croon voice, like, you know, he's just really cool. You know, he's also like into basketball, so he incorporates like a lot of basketball philosophy into like the way he works as an artist. which I think is pretty cool because like you would never think that they relate, you know. But when he starts breaking down the philosophy and stuff, it's just like, wow, that's interesting.
That's good.
And then we got Dave UOG. I met this brother at an open mic. I went to go support a dope artist by the name of Killer K from Brooklyn, Long Island, in New York. And you know, while I was there, I saw him go up on stage, and he has locks like us, but he puts them in like different unique styles. And like mostly he wears a suit. So like when he went up there, he was rapping in like the suit, and he got like his, you know, the hairstyle. I was just intrigued, and I was like, yo, this brother's nice. So I reached out to him. I walked up to him at the end of the show, and we spoke. We chopped it up, and lo and behold, we just been friends ever since then. Like just really chopping it up. He's taught me a lot about like self-care, maintaining, like being disciplined within yourself.
100%.
And like his lyrics as well too. He's very intentional with everything. I like that he writes every day. He still uses a notebook. He choreographs. If you ever see him perform, he choreographs his moves. So he has a partner, Tez the Philosopher, who's also going to be out here. Shout out to Tez. Yeah, they're really dope people, man. And
so all these artists, they're mainly from the UK. Who's from the US?
Rakaya B is from Manchester. Pingu is from Reading. Dave UOG and Kratos from New York.
Good.
Yeah, so Kratos from Queens. Dave, I believe, is from Brooklyn. I'm not 100% sure. He's going to have to correct me on that one, but he give me Brooklyn vibes. He give me Brooklyn vibes, yeah.
Where are you from in New York again?
I'm from Brooklyn as well, Coney Island. There's, you know, many different areas in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a pretty big borough. Okay. So when are you going to perform next then? So when and where are you going to perform next? We have 2 shows. It was originally supposed to be 4. We were supposed to have a show in Reading. Pinga was supposed to host that. We were supposed to have a show in Manchester. Rakaya B was supposed to host that. But things didn't fall through. You know, let's just say the universe didn't want it to happen right away. You know, like it's gonna happen, but it's supposed to be much bigger.
Patience.
Yeah, 100%. So you know, we didn't stress about it. We just stuck with the 2 London shows. So on the 22nd, we're gonna be at the Amersham Arms in New Cross. And then on the 24th, we're gonna be at Poplar Union, which is in East, and that's where I did my concert in 2024.
All right.
So
for those who don't know, New Cross is in Southeast London, right? And which one is the other one?
Poplar Union is East London.
East London. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, good thing coming on. Do you have a lot of fans in London?
Do I?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a lot, but I have hardcore. You know, I was hanging out with one of the openers, Daisy PM. She's a phenomenal singer. She's one of the openers for the Amersham Arms show. And she revealed to me the other day, she was like, you're the only reason why I come outside. Every time you're in London, I come out just for you. And, you know, one thing that I always hear people out here say is, like, say if we're South, they're like, oh, I'm South, I don't go North, or I don't go East. She's like, I don't care where you are, I'm coming outside. You make me, like, feel like it's a certain energy when you come here. People like you yourself, like I didn't know you were coming to the show the other day, you know, and you just like, yo, I'm on the way. And I was like, wow, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? So I have people out here who are like really connected, you know, and they wait for me to come out here. Even though I only come out once a year or whatever I can afford, you know, you guys are patient. And, you know, like there are some people, when I first started, I want to say like my first 3 years, I did have like a big group of people. And they were like really excited to see me. But I think just over time, they were just like, he's not from here. Oh, he's not out here enough or whatever. And they just kind of like faded away. So I'm grateful for the ones that stuck here. Like, you know, the people that look forward to me being here. And I just enjoy it.
No, you've got a great style, you know, you've got a great style.
Thank you.
You bring the New York flavor. And I think sometimes with direction the rap is taking, sometimes we feel like, oh, it's nice to have something that is different, something that is authentic, something that, you know, that remind us why we love hip hop at the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's the vibe that you are giving to well, at least to me as a you know, as an artist. When you prepare your tour, do you already have your set lists? Are you already prepared, or are you just gonna go according to the audience and freestyle?
I like to pay attention to what people like, you know, and it's strange enough because Like my music doesn't have like huge numbers, you know, so I don't have like 100,000 streams and stuff like that, you know. But like say when I post a clip, you'll see people in the comments, oh, I love Mr. Unexpected. Oh, VIP is my favorite. So I'll listen to the people when they say that these are their favorites. So I'll throw like a mixture of songs you may not have even knew existed. You know, that's why I tell people go through the whole discography. Don't just look for your favorite song. Listen to more. So, you know, I'll try to throw out some songs that they never knew existed. But for the most part, I do my best to have at least 5 songs that everyone, even if it's not all 5, it's like one of those 5 songs is what someone said is their favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try, it's a blend.
I understand that sometimes, you know, being on tour, it's an experience, you know, and you need to be prepared whatever happens. You know, let's say for example you go to one of those venues, nobody comes.
Right.
You know, or it is super crowded. You know, you have to be prepared for all these possibilities.
Right.
Now, your style, how has it evolved? Because you've been coming in here for quite a few years now, and how is your style has evolved so far?
So I've been coming out here for, this is year 7 right here, consecutive, like 7 consecutive years, just being consistent with it. I would say I've grown a lot in my confidence. You know, I used to be like incredibly shy, like to like perform in front of people.
Yeah,
like,
I understand that so bad.
Yeah, and like I would freeze up, I would forget my lyrics and stuff like that. And, you know, and then people stuck with me. I mean, out here, by the time I came out here, I was already like a little more confident because I had it in my mind, like, yo, I'm in a whole different country. I absolutely cannot be shy. Like I made it this far, I just can't be shy. You know, so there has been times out here where I did mess up a set, but it was not because I was shy. It's probably just because like I was thinking too hard, or you know, maybe I thought I was too ready for the moment, and you know, like, or sometimes, you know, they say there's an expression that we use: "You're too cool for school."
Oh yeah.
You know, some people just show up and they think, "Oh, I performed this song 1,000,000 times. I don't need to rehearse." So it's been times like that where I just popped out and I was just like, "Oh man, I should have rehearsed that."
No,
oh man, I should have slowed down.
I never go to performance overconfident. Never. Because I already know is something's going to happen if you're overconfident. To be confident is fine, but you think that you are going to smash it, you know, you will know you have smashed it at the end. You understand? You go there, you try your best. That's my philosophy. You go there, you try your best. And then the reaction of the audience will tell you, you know what, I smashed it, you know?
Facts.
But to know, to be absolutely 100% sure and somehow, I don't know, maybe arrogant in a certain way.
I get it.
That you know that you're gonna you know make the people you know clap their hands and jump and all that. Nah.
Right.
At the end, I know, okay, I did something right. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So yeah, so that's what I wanted to understand, how in a tour, how do we prepare ourselves? How do we, you know, get to the point where when we're on stage, we're actually ready to perform, you know, the actual process to that point.
Rehearsals. It's so underrated. Like it's super underrated, you know, and that's the reason why I've been doing all these open mics to like shake the rust off of like just performing. You know, and when I do these open mics, I'm not gonna say that I look at them as like below the belt, like they're below me. But if I mess up, I mess up. You know what I'm saying? It just shows me that I have to go sharpen up.
Yeah.
You know, so before I have whatever major gig that I have, I make sure that I'm doing a bunch of open mics and I have like some rehearsal sessions lined up because I just want to get that feel of like, and it doesn't matter how many times I perform. You know, the last time I performed was in June, early June. So to come out here and then do a show a whole month and a half later without performing ever in between that, it's just kind of like, I don't want to be rusty, so I'm gonna just, you know, so yes, rehearsals are very important for any artist. I don't care how professional you are. I don't care if you make a lot of money doing your songs and your gigs and stuff.
I agree.
Always rehearse. Like, and that's, I feel like, especially if you're going to plan something like a tour and you're bringing people out who don't get to see you often, the last thing you want to do is mess up. The last thing you want to do is, you know, come in there with, like you said, overconfident and have this ego and attitude, like, I'm going to shell this. And it's like, Yeah, so
Yeah, I agree. We have a festival at Kata Kata. Shout out to Kata Kata Festival. Shout out to all the other people who's gonna prepare that festival for us. And I always rehearse with Lamia, and shout out to Lamia as well. Big up Lamia. I'm gonna catch up with her as a matter of fact at the end of this month for another rehearsal session. It is so important because this is where we look at all the details. We look at what needs to be changed, what needs to, sometimes even during we also realize, oh, I should do this like that actually, because we explore different ways of performing. And during the rehearsal, sometimes we even do some sort of freestyle sometimes. And I say, oh, you know what, you should do this like that. It sounds much better, Or you've seen that you have, I don't know, improved in a certain way, and that's so important. So yeah, I agree with you. Rehearsal is how you get yourself absolutely ready for any performance, You don't feel homesick so far?
no.
No?
It's funny because like I feel like my family tries to make me homesick.
Really?
Yeah, like like my baby sister. I have 3 sisters. My youngest one, she's been calling me off the hook. Like, I just want to check up on you. I just want to make sure you're okay. And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm
That's
good.
family for you.
100%. But like, it's like they have this thing where it's like once I leave the country, I'm in danger. So they they have to check up on me every day. And I'm like, yeah, if only y'all knew these people treat me like family out here. Like, so I don't have a reason to feel homesick.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started coming out here, there were certain moments where it was like, man, there's no 24-hour chicken spot. I can't go get no food at night. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, like I before I started cooking out here for myself, like I was just like ordering out all the time. Yeah. Because I guess I was just getting used to the culture and like figuring out what's what. And
you should be able to find 24 chicken hours. Maybe not 24 hours. Maybe not 24 hours. Maybe.
Yeah, they're open till late, like maybe 10 or 11. But
sometimes they open it until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Depends.
Matter of fact, you're right, because when I used to live out here at one point, when I was staying in East London, there was like a little chicken spot / an off license.
Yeah.
They would be open to like 1, 2 a.m.
ish.
Yeah. So I would come from shows sometimes, go grab me a little 3-piece and some chips.
Yeah.
And then go back to the spot. But that was that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always want chicken every single night, So I would like to go to like for us we have delis.
Yeah.
So excuse me, we can go to a deli and we can get like a chopped cheese, we can get like a hero, we can get a wrap or anything, we can switch it up. Yeah. So, and it's 24 hours, so
that's fine.
Get it anytime, especially if you're like lazy and you don't like to cook and stuff like that. It'll be times where I just be exhausted from doing the shows or running around London. True. So I'm just like, let me just go grab something to eat.
Yeah, that's follow up on my next question. Mentally, are you ready?
For
your tour,
Oh, I'm 100% ready. I'll be honest, organizing my own tour has been a lot.
Yeah.
If I could talk about some of the things that I went through, going back to the Reading and the Manchester show, not to like, stun on them, and I hope when they see this that they don't feel no type of way.
No, but you simply explain, the hurdles that you had to go through to put, to put everything together. Everybody understand. Everybody that has, organize a show, organize an open mic, organize a concert.
Right.
They know that it's not going through smoothly all the way through. Right. We understand that.
Right. So with this situation, the number one obstacle was me not being here in the flesh. So me dealing with Pingu in Reading, me dealing with Rakaya in Manchester. I kind of like, put it all on them to like do what they do because that's their city and they have the connections.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, oh yeah, just, keep me updated, but then time would pass in between and me not wanting to be that guy. Like I didn't want to be like, all right, it's been 2 weeks, what's going on? But I had to do that.
Yes.
I had to do it. Yeah. So over time I had to like start pressing them and be like, so what's going on? What's the update? Like, what are we looking like? But then I think I lost sight of the fact that they also got their own personal lives.
Yes.
You know, so I'm just like so motivated, driven about this is what I want.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking about what they're going through.
Yeah.
You know, so Rakaya B, she ended up losing her manager.
Yeah.
So she took like a pause on like looking for venues. So when she was ready to do it again, all the venues were booked up. And the ones that were open, they were like charging excess amount of money.
Yeah.
With the Redding situation, we actually had the venue booked, but it was a situation out in London where we were trying to secure a second venue. We was gonna do the chip shop.
Yeah.
And they were very open, emailed us on time and everything, gave us a decent price. Well, they charged us £500. And if you ever been to the chip shop, Brixton, it's a very small venue. So I had like this thing where I didn't want, like, let's just say the show was like sold out.
Yeah.
I didn't want like 50, 60 people hovering above each other. Like, you know, it was that small of a venue.
Small? How small is it?
Like this yard, yeah, like very small.
Oh yeah.
You know, probably about the same size of this yard, yeah.
Okay.
You know, so I had changed the date because Amersham Arms had opened up for me, and they were like, "Oh, we'll take it on a Wednesday," but they explained that Thursday and Friday they have weird situations going on with the venue. So I was like, "All right, let's do a Wednesday." And then I was like trying to get the same venue in Reading for the Thursday, but he only has it for Wednesday. Like he does his shows every Wednesday. So I had to give up the Reading show to get one of the London shows. And I think by the time we found a new venue in Reading, it was for me, a little too late.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I just had to have the conversation with him, and I was like, "Yo, I think we should just cancel the Reading show and just focus on the 2 London shows."
Yeah.
So those are some of the obstacles that I face for sure. Another one of the obstacles that I face is, I mean, it happens back in the States too. You know, some people are like very last minute, you know, but out here is like people are premeditated. They know exactly what they're going to do when they're going to do it. So it's like you can promote the show all you want. If they know they're not coming to the show, they're not getting the ticket, they're not answering your message, they're none of that. You know, so it's just like, oh man, I just had to deal with those kind of obstacles and just realize that, you know, it's much bigger than me. You know, I have to really look at all the angles, you know, so this has all been a learning experience. Also, keeping everybody updated. Like, you know, I've been dealing with this so much that I forgot to reach out to some of the artists and let them know that these are the changes. So when I did let them know, they were like, damn, that's kind of a big thing to like leave out, you know? Like, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I had to apologize to a lot of people. I had to really humble myself and be like, yo, this is definitely a learning lesson, you know? So next go around, organizing a tour, I would definitely, you know, look at all angles.
I think for those who are trying to organize shows, it's important they are aware of that. Not everything can go the way they had expected before.
Right. And
also to be organized and have everything done, you know, early enough so that everything is booked on time and that, you know, I wouldn't advise people to do things last minute. You know, I would advise people to really maybe take a year prior to have everything, or even 6 months prior to the event, so that everything is booked, everything is organized. You've got the promotion, you've got, you know, ticket sale, maybe not, it might be out of your control, but at least the promotion of the show. You know, that's what I would advise, you know, because, but again, you never know what's going to happen, and you need to be motivated, you need to be, you know, believe in your vision. And, you know, even if there is only 2 or 3 people on that show at that time, you know that next time there will be more. Next time,
100%,
you know
100%. And that's, you know, here's the crazy part too. Even though I mentioned the whole ticket sale thing, I know because when I did the concert in 2024, I literally only sold 3 tickets for the entire duration that I was promoting it. And there was this one piece of promo that I uploaded, I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 days before the show. And that was the golden one. Like everyone was like, nope, coming to the show now. So it was like, you know, I ended up bringing out, I want to say like 40 to 50 people. And I thought that was great. You know, but I just, again, have to be okay, like you said, with performing in front of like 2 people, 5 people. Even if, you know, like if that's what it takes, you know, because it has to create some type of growth within you. Like you can't just, like you said, everything can't just go smooth for you, because then you're gonna have like the wrong projection going into it further.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just had to like be okay with it. So now I'm just like, yo, whoever comes to the show, comes to the show. Whoever doesn't, it is what it is. I'm not mad at anybody. I never was, but it's like, you know, like I don't want that to be like the thing, you know, like yeah, because a lot of artists will throw their whole career away because only 5 people showed up, you know. So it's like, for me, it's part of the journey. I remember that time I did a tour and only 5 people showed up. You know? That's what it is for me. It adds to the story.
Now you're from the US now, and obviously now you have the World Cup over there. Are you a fan?
I've grown into one. I'm not a heavy fan. Let me just say that. But I've grown into it by being here, you know, because I see how passionate everyone is out here. Yeah. It doesn't matter which country I'm in, whether it's here, France, Germany, like I've just seen the passion.
In
Europe in general, like the passion is crazy.
Yes.
And I want to say my first week out here, mind you, I've again been coming out here for years. I've never seen people outside past 12 a.m. 1 a.m. maybe if they're coming from the club.
Yeah.
But when I say the streets were flooded with people leaving pubs and watch parties and all wherever they were coming from, and the streets is flooded, there's a lot of traffic at 3 a.m. I'm like, yo, this is
also
crazy.
Because of the games.
The time zones. But the passion, that's the passion. Like these people are risking. They have to go to work at 6 in the morning and they're leaving at 3 a.m. So it's like, yo, that's
in this
crazy.
Country, in England, it's almost, I don't know, a religion, you know. It's almost they love it so much that, you know, they would be able to do whatever it takes, you know, to just watch and to see England win, you know. That's your actual hope. I don't know if we can do the same correlation between. I feel like there's a great correlation between basketball and hip hop. I'm not sure if we can do the same thing with football and hip hop here in Europe. Have you felt that there was such a connection compared to basketball and hip hop?
Yeah, I think sports in general and music go together. You know, because you have athletes who listen to music to get charged up. Yeah. You have music artists who come from professional backgrounds. Like some of them used to play sports before they got into music. So I think there's always gonna be like that huge blend. And then there's the culture. Like sometimes, like as an artist, you know, we have punchlines and we, you know, I kick it like Messi. You know, so it's like that's a reference. You know, and it's like now Messi's listening to the song. He's like, oh, they used my name in it. You know, so now he comes out and he's wearing like, let's just say, on his way to like the pregame workout, he's wearing some Team Reef merch now. You know, so it's like there's definitely always going to be that blend between music and sports, and I don't think that's ever going to go anywhere. Okay, that's good. That's good. If you can actually acknowledge that, because when we think of hip hop, we tend to think of me, for example. If I think of sports and hip hop, I would think of, for example, Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? I would think of even Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, you know, the track that they did, you know, together. So not so much football, European football and music, you know, for me, you know, how music has been integrated in sports. But yes, you are right, you know, any sports person would definitely have their song before they enter, for example, doing practice, or you know, to motivate themselves, or even in the bus, you know, on their way to the game, they maybe have that particular song that they listen to, or the one that they're going to listen to calm themselves down, to focus. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So yeah, that's you know, that's what I wanted to ask you. Now, let's do a little bit of politics now. We know that Donald Trump is one of the most spoken of president in the world. Okay, right here in the UK, we are about to have a new Prime Minister called Andy Durham, and he's a left wing, and Donald Trump is more Republican. Now we've seen what we did with the FIFA
and allowing one of the US player to play the next game. That's a powerful move.
Right.
Can this powerful move summarize who Donald Trump is?
I don't understand how he's, affecting people out here. It's a tough situation, I think even with like having a prime minister, I think, some people kind of have to understand that, like even though there are connections, they might not directly affect you. And I think people have emotional ties when it comes to politics. And when they hear that someone bad is going into office, it emotionally triggers them. And, that's where all the ill will comes from. I don't know if I fully answered the question, but I think that's just, that's always going to be a thing. So it doesn't matter if it's Trump, what's his name, Andrew?
Andy Durham.
Andy Durham.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's Andy Durham or anybody, like right now we got a mayor, Mamdani.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like him, and I don't see it. Like
why don't they don't like him? For what reason?
He's Muslim. He's a Zionist, or like whatever buzzwords they throw at him. I personally think he's a little bit cheesy. Like he tries too much to appeal to the people. However, he's making things happen. Same thing with Trump. A lot of people may not like Trump, but there's some things he's making happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the prime minister. Like they may not like him, but they're making stuff happen. And I think that depending on what it is that they're making happen, the people need to understand it rather than being emotional about it.
Yeah. It's difficult to not be emotional about decisions that affect you on the everyday,
but how?
On everyday life.
But how? Like at least for us, we can say that, taxes are at an all-time high now. But when have we not dealt with taxes? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we either wise up with our money or we forever complaining about taxes. Because like right now, we're in an age of information, and financial literacy is like one of the biggest things floating around the internet now. Now people are teaching you how to handle your money, how to double and triple it, how to save it, how to not pay taxes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we sit here and complain that Trump is in office raising taxes, or do we try to get like Trump and not pay taxes?
Yeah.
The whole food industry thing, like, do we sit here and complain that they're now making lab processed meats, or do we figure out how to grow our own stuff?
I don't even know why they do that. Why the US want to make food that's not food?
I would never understand that. And it's usually people who just have everything and they just want to take it from everyone else. Like
I don't understand. What's the thought process to want food that is not real food?
It's control. It's control because, life is all about reproduction. So they have same-sex marriage. Now you can't reproduce humans. They taking the seeds out of the fruit. Now you can't grow your own fruit. They're making lab-grown meat. Now you can't, you can't taste like the feel of actual livestock if you're like into that. So it's all a control thing. Actually, right now, they're buying up water. Like, they're buying water. Mind you, they've been selling it to us for years, but now they're buying it up to a point where we need to have like a certain status, or we have to live in a certain area to have access to a particular source of water. So it's literally about control. Like, they really just want to control you and see, like, first off, I don't even want to say what I'm going to say. It might be super controversial. I'm going to just say it.
Go on.
Kanye said that slavery is a choice. And I 50-50 agree with him, because it's like, are we going to stand by and watch all of this happen, or are we going to make the change? We're now in more of a position to do something for ourselves. And to even further that point, you see the World Cup. You see we had the NBA Finals. We see we have all these sports and celebrations that people are so passionate that if their team loses or wins, they're rioting in the street. So why can't we do that for life, humanity? You know what I'm saying? Bringing things back to how we want it, if that's the case. Like, if this is supposed to be democracy, why are we not outside and making it feel more like democracy? So yeah, everyone's crying dictatorship or tyranny or, like, I just say
So we are the one to blame for the way we are living, basically.
100%. 100%. You know, like, I mean, take for example littering. I don't like people that litter. You know, but there's some people who would take their wrapper or their plate from their food and just toss it on the ground, and literally right next to them is a bin. Right next, like you can see it in the distance, you know, but they're just like, whatever.
You know what? I'm gonna give you an example. I remember one day. It's not about litter. It's just about waste. You see, there was first of all, example I'm gonna give is how the Japanese show the world that they are a very clean people. You know, they have cleaned after themselves. You know, you can see that it's cultural. You can see that because they had no, you know, it didn't bother them to actually, you know, clean after themselves.
Right.
One day, you know, I was simply crossing. I was across the road from a person, a gentleman, and he had the banana in his and he was eating the banana, and he ate half of it and threw it, you know, and I don't know why. I feel like I told him, I said, why do you throw, you know, the banana just like that? He didn't respond. He just act like he didn't care, you know. But he showed that showed me the way we have so much advantage, you know, so much compared to other people that we can just throw food just like that, you know, and not even feel bad about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell him, like, you know, next time, I don't know, give it to someone who actually wants it instead of throwing it like that in, you know. And he didn't even throw it in a bin, just throw it on the floor like that, you know. And he ate half of it. I don't know. I find it. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I went too far, but
no, that's a great example.
I had to tell him, like, you know, next time just give it to someone instead of throwing it in the floor.
I do the same thing.
You know,
I do the same thing. Like, you know, especially with the younger generation, I feel like us older folk, you know, we don't reach out to the younger generation and the means of like teaching them. And granted, a lot of the younger generation, they're like very standoffish now. They're like, I don't care what you're saying. I'm gonna do what I do. And one could say that we've done that. You know what I'm saying? But it was to a point where like we had people who didn't give up on teaching us the lesson. Like our generation now, we see the younger generation, that's just the younger generation. They're gonna be the younger generation, and we let them be. You know, so as long as we're like on top of them and like, yo, pick up your trash, don't do that. It's not saying you can't live life, but it's a part of a learning lesson. You have to be teachable. So yeah, I think we just have to be more stronger and waking our people up.
Yeah, fair
and more
enough.
persistent.
Quick questions. Best city to perform: New York, London.
To
Perform.
Oh. That's a tough one, man. That is a really tough one. I'm gonna say London because they appreciate the art form more.
Okay.
They definitely do.
Brands: Adidas or Nike?
I'm a Nike person. Currently wearing Nikes.
Okay, fair enough. Favorite cheat meal?
Chick meal?
Cheat meal. Let's say for example, you are, I don't know if you do sports. I don't know if you go to the gym or a sports person, but usually those people, they really look after the diet. So what would you eat that would be some sort of not very good for you, for your diet?
Oh, I used to eat a lot of fast food. Now I'm like, you know, I'm more like into the fruit, the veggies, you know, whatever I can. Some people say it's rabbit food, but it make me feel good. So, you know, I'm done with the sweets and the junk and all that.
Fair enough. What would be your dream collaboration?
Ooh, in terms of what, music? Or just in general?
Let's do the both, music and in general.
For music, dream collaboration, I would honestly really truly like to work with Nas while he's still active. Like, he's still outside and still doing his thing, and that's been my biggest inspiration. So, you know, I would love to work with him.
Okay, Nas, if you've listened to him, if you listen to us, we've got one of the best artists in New York, and we'd love to work with you.
And in general, that's a tougher one. I would say there's what's this guy? Mike Epps. He's a comedian. But he's very knowledgeable about a lot of things, you know. And I listen to him talk in interviews and stuff, like outside the movies, like when you hear him talk as a person.
Is it Mike Epps the one that went to prison and is an actor and a comedian at the same time?
I don't know if he went. I think you're talking about Wesley Snipes. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
All right, go on.
But he did. I believe he did go to prison or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, nah. He's an interesting person. I would like to work with him, whether it be comedy, movies, whatever, acting.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think he's a different individual, somebody to look into.
Okay. Is it the way forward for rapper? Once you're in the music industry, is it the way forward is movies, production?
It depends on your angle. But I think if you just want to like broaden your palette and you want to do different things, because I always wanted to be an actor, you know, and I actually used to be.
Welcome. I always wanted to be an actor as well.
Yeah, and I've always made it clear, you know, and I actually used to act in a web series. I was more so an extra in one of them, but the other one I was like the main character, you know, so I've got a little bit of experience with that. But I've always just been fascinated with telling your story either way. So if I could do it through music, if I could do it through movies, if I could do it through any other form of fashion, art, or whatever, I'll take it.
Okay. What artist would you advise to listen to at the moment? Beside yourself, what artist would you advise that is dope at the moment you would actually advise to listen to?
That's a good one. Who do I listen to the most? I like Joel Ortiz. I listen to a lot of T.I.
T.I.?
Yeah. Listen to a lot of T.I. His wordplay is crazy, man. I mean, if I could change my answer from Mike Epps to T.I., I didn't want to keep it music, but T.I. is a very interesting person. Very interesting.
He's very knowledgeable, to be honest.
Yeah, I would also say honorary mention, Joyner Lucas. He has very interesting storytelling capabilities in his songs, and like he's very good at visualizing, like putting it in a visual. So yeah, listen to those people.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the end for 509 Talk and Chill. We had the amazing, the majestuous MC Reef, all the way from New York.
Thanks for having me.
We are here in London, UK. Behind the camera, we have the one and only Mac D. He actually just released some songs. So go into his Instagram, tap MacD19 on Instagram. He has new songs coming out, an amazing artist. We have here MC Reef, who's also touring in London. So I invite you to go see him in New Cross and also in East London. My name is Brother Prince, representing Haiti. We love our country and we're hoping the best for our country. And yeah, thank you, MC Reef.
Thanks for having me, man.
All the best, man. God bless.
Appreciate that. Thank you.